Today we're going to learn how to do negative prompts. For this we take Nietzsche because it's easier to show with Nietzsche, but it works the same way in the normal Midjourney. Here we got a crowd of people gathered around a park at night. The first thing we do, we remove with --no the anime. Nietzsche without anime is a complete new game. No anime, and the second word, let's say toonie, and we add as well cartoon, because negative prompts work better if you got more words after the --no. This will now remove all the anime style and make it more real, even without using photo words or similar. Now we do a different one because we don't want as many trees, for example. We'll use --no, and we say forest, trees, and plants. And the reason is we want to give Midjourney multiple angles to remove stuff. We seed this at seed 666, copy it for another test. Okay, seed 66, and do it again. The seed is only for testing stuff. I can't stress this enough. Now we do the same and remove the --no and replace it with a multi-prompt minus 0.5, and we will see the exact same image. Oh, and the first Nietzsche is ready without the anime. And it gave us some really interesting images with more fantasy in them. When we look at that, you see the fantasy is a lot removed. However, it got some hard borders that make it a little bit ugly. But here comes the seeded test in play. We removed the park, and you see the image. Yes, it did remove that stuff. However, now it looks ugly. And we got the exact same image, but with minus 0.5. Now we know --no is just a multi-prompt, this whole thing at weight minus 0.5. That means we can now reduce the weight. Let's remove it at 0.1 as well as 0.2. Those are normally the best ones to remove stuff in Midjourney, because the default is too strong and a lot of people think removing stuff doesn't work as well because they are too strong. Let's do the same with the anime. We remove the --no, replace it. Make sure you don't add a space between that, and let's say minus 0.1. Now this ugly hard borders should be removed, but we will see soon. And we can see the first result. At 0.1 we still got a few trees around here scattered because it's too weak, but they are reduced. However, at 0.2 we got nearly no trees, just here a little bit left, but the image looks good, except for this text, but the image looks good. Therefore, don't use the default -- no, use a multi-prompt where you place all of them at 0.1 or 0.2. And we remove the anime and out of this one, it looks better with just 0.1 anime removed. We can strengthen it and just increase it. This complete multi-prompt, everything in here will be removed. Make sure there's a space before that, but not here. The number and the minus need to touch those double points. Don't know the English name. Let's take 0.3. Should still look good, but it will remove the cartoon, toony and anime stuff a lot. And now we do something crazy. We remove something that has nothing to do with all of those. Let's say Smarties, because Smarties are colorful pieces mixed everywhere. Remove them. This should make it more unicolor, but let's see. With the negatives, you can be creative by removing stuff no sane person would see in that image. And since this is the seeded one, it will look exactly the same like those, but without Smarties. Don't forget, we don't remove real Smarties, we remove what Midjourney thinks Smarties looks like. And we got the cartoon removed at 0.3. It's still a bit flat, that means you can remove stuff like flat, vector, pixel art or similar stuff and add it just to the word list because it looks little bit like that, and that's enough for removing. With removing stuff you can be really creative. And Smarties is nearly done. And Smarties is done. It's the same seeded image, but it is much more orderly. And no colors mixed around like in a Smarties bag. They are in a straight line and not scattered around everywhere. Removing the Smarties. Let's upscale this one and this one. There you can see it really well. That's the difference between Smarties. Round stuff got removed, crowds got removed, and colors scattered everywhere, because Smarties look like that. If you make negatives, don't remove what the stuff is. Remove what the stuff looks like. And think outside the box. Because, yeah, we removed Smarties and we got this. Let's remove something more similar, like honeycombs. They are yellow, that should remove yellow and similar looking stuff. So we take the Smarties out and make honeycombs. And just for the fun of it, let's remove both. Just to give Midjourney a little bit more work to do. Yeah. Now there's dead air and nobody says anything. And nearly done. Don't forget, this is the Smarties one. And what do we got? We found the honeycombs. Oh, interesting. It got scattered around and the pieces are placed much more differently because honeycombs are really uniform. Therefore, it tries to make it not uniform, and it removed many yellow, but not as much as I assumed. However, the honeycomb structure is really uniform. Any tiled structure could work like that. Therefore, there we got a lot of empty space that just does different stuff. And a lot of round shapes, not so much triangular shapes, because yeah, honeycombs are triangular. And let's look at this one, where we removed honeycombs and Smarties. Here Midjourney had to get really creative. It added black around the balloons, because Smarties are never to black. Therefore it could allow the round objects in colors, since there's a different background. And it's not similar anywhere at all. More horizontal lines. Not much removed of the similar of the people, but they are not in a big bulk. A little bit scattered around. Therefore, be creative by removing stuff. Don't think what it is, think what it looks like. And especially in the beginning, just throw in a few random words to see what is good and what is not.